Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome to the third episode of the layering series. I know. It's been a while. When I filmed the first video, I said something among the lines that hopefully this will become a weekly series. Yeah, it's been, I feel like, more than a month since I filmed the last one, but truth is, it takes a lot of work when it comes to these kind of videos, from the preparations to the editing part to everything, so yeah. But ideally, I would like to make it more often here on my channel because I saw that you love it as well. I love it as well. So yes, hopefully I will make it more often. But like you read from the title, today I'm back with the third episode from the layering series. And in today's video, this is all about Arabians Tonka. My beloved Arabians Tonka. I decided to continue with this fragrance because it's one of my all-time favorite fragrances. And I feel like when it comes to layering, this is the ultimate topper, or even base when it comes to layering. This is the ultimate fragrance to have for layering. It works with legit almost anything. It's one of the most versatile fragrances in my collection. I love to use it on its own. I love to use it layered. So in today's video, honestly, I have no idea how many layering ideas I have, but they feel like an eternity. And I hope this video will not be too long, so without further ado, let's just begin. Before I start with the layering tips and tricks and recommendations that I have, if you're new to my channel, welcome, hi, I'm happy to have you here. Please subscribe and please watch the other two videos that I have in the layering series. The first one where I talk about Khamra and I give you there some layering suggestions, and in the second one I talk about Nebras from Lattafa as well, and again I give you some layering suggestions. I received amazing feedback on those videos. And there were a lot of people who tried my layering suggestions and they came back and they told me that they have fallen in love with the layering combos, that they cannot stop wearing them, that they smell amazing, that they received like lots of compliments. So if you are interested in layering, watch those videos as well. So yes, like I said, today I want to let you know some of my all-time favorite layering combos when it comes to Arabians Tonka. Basically, I will let you know how Arabians Tonka smells like on its own. I will give you some body care products recommendations to layer, and then I will move on to the fragrances, to the oils, then to the fragrances. I decided to include some body care, like scented body butters, body lotions, something like this, because I use them in my day-to-day life, and I think, who knows, you might enjoy them as well. So yes, you guys, how are you doing? I missed filming, honestly. I feel like it's been 2 weeks since I filmed the last video. Has it been 2 weeks? Yeah, I feel like 2 weeks almost. Actually not 2 weeks, like a week and a half, I feel like. Yeah, but lately, every time I was trying to plan something, like everything went in the opposite way. So I was like, F it, like I'm not gonna plan anything, I will just like go with the flow. So, Arabians Tonka. Arabians Tonka is a fragrance that got lots of popularity, lots of hype on YouTube. It took me a while to try it, honestly. I saw it being mentioned on 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 channels, let's just say. When I first got this fragrance, it was a blind buy for me, you guys. From the first sniff, I loved it. Like, I have fallen in love with this fragrance. It's one of like my top 5 fragrances. Like, if due to any reason, let's just say I would have to like restart my fragrance collection, this would be like the first one that I would purchase. If Sajaya Gold would have been still in production, then this one would have been the second, but because it is not, this is my first one that I would purchase. This is how much I love it. And not just that I love it like scent wise, but I wear it a lot, like summer, spring, autumn, winter, daytime, nighttime, all the occasions, everything in between. So for me, it's a fragrance that's 1000% completely worth the hype. Now, how does this fragrance smell like on its own? Let me just spray it here. It's a beautiful, ultra sweet fragrance with a Middle Eastern undertone, but not overly Middle Eastern leaning. I feel like it's nothing challenging for someone who, I mean, look, it's not a safe blind buy, don't get me wrong, but if you love fragrances with a very pronounced sugary accord, like ultra sweet, ultra sugary, slightly saffron in the opening, but the saffron doesn't go, let's just say, medicinal as the saffron in Baccarat Rouge does, but you have a slight saffron tinge there as well. So it's very sugary, very sweet, slightly spicy, very dense and full-bodied, with a slight translucent oak mossy facet in the background, and with an oud accord. I feel like in the opening the oud accord is much more pronounced, and it does have a slight, that specific oud-like feel, but it's not a barnyard type of oud, it's not an animalic type of oud, it's not like Hindi style of wood. It's not anything too challenging, but it's present, you know, and as it will start to develop on your skin, let's just say that wood accord will go more woody, you know, but the woody feel, it's almost like in the background with the oak moss, but everything, imagine, is like wrapped in tons and tons and tons of sugary nuances, because it's ultra sweet, but it's the kind of sugar that it's almost like, it's like gritty to the touch, it's like gritty, you know what I mean? Love it, I love it. I know usually people wear this one during cold weather. It works amazing in warm weather as well. I wore it in summer nights, oh my god, going out. I love this fragrance, guys. I don't have enough words to tell you how much I love this fragrance. Oh, and by the way, Paris Corner released an inspiration of Arabians Tonka, and I got a sample of it from Dubai collection, so I will film a review hopefully very soon. But yes, this is how it smells like on its own. It's not, look, I don't want to say that it's a simplistic fragrance, because clearly it is not, but it's a fragrance that basically you have that ultra sweet sugary feel with the tonka bean in the background. You do get a slight sugary tonka bean feel as well, with a slight oak mossy nuance and with a slight woody facet, but it's not the kind of fragrance that goes in like thousands of different directions. So this is why, to me, it pairs very well with tons of other fragrances. And in case, let's just say you wanted to have a signature fragrance, but you still would like to change it up here and there a little bit, because me, like when it comes to me, I would love to have a signature fragrance like I used to back in the day, but I couldn't. I have so many fragrances that I love that I cannot just wear one fragrance. I feel like this is the perfect one to use for layering, either as a base, either as a topper. But when I mean as a base or like as a topper, I'm not talking like actually applying it as a topper. I rarely layer this fragrance on top of other fragrances, mainly because it's such a strong and decadent fragrance. I feel like it shines better if, let's just say, I apply fragrances when I layer. It didn't make any sense. It just works better if I decide to spray them on different parts of my body. Let's just say I spray this one on my clothes, behind my ears, on my pulse points, maybe one spray here on my chest, you know, and then with any other fragrance that I choose to layer it with, I go just like, or just like in my hair, you know. So yes, let me start with a few body care recommendations that I have for you. And the first one I have here, 2 body lotions. Now, you use whatever you have, don't feel the need to go out and purchase these exact ones. I just purchased them recently and I've tried to layer them with Arabians Tonka and they work amazing. Not just with Arabians Tonka, but they are very versatile to have in your collection. So these are both from Victoria's Secret. One is called Bare Vanilla Golden and the other one is called Bare Vanilla Luxe. Now, both of these fragrances they smell like the body spray, like Bare Vanilla smells like. I have it here as well. Love it, but I don't apply it on my skin. Now, if you are not very familiar with layering, or perhaps you are just starting out to... It doesn't make sense, no. Let me just rephrase that. Maybe you're not very familiar with layering, or maybe you are just starting to venture out in the layering world. I feel like a very safe place to start with is with anything vanillic. Get some vanilla scented body lotions and try to use them in different layering combos, see how you feel about it, and then you can just like work from there, let's just say. So yes, I have those 2. Next one, you guys, I have to mention it. More like the concept behind the product, not necessarily the product per se, even though I feel like the product is amazing. This is a illumination cream from Liren. It's called Coconut Shine, and apparently it's like a instant bronze. It doesn't bronze you, but it does have a slight tint to it, this for sure. Let me just take a little bit out. So this is more like a bronzy illuminating body lotion that works amazing. I bought that one from my local drugstore, but again, it's more of the concept behind. Look, when I know I'm going out with my girlfriends at night time, somewhere, to a restaurant, to have a chat, to grab a bite or anything like this, I cannot go out without applying something shimmery on my hands. Now, on my hands, because it's like winter where I live, so it's very cold, but I cannot go out without applying something shimmery. To me, it's almost like the whole look and everything is not finished. And I love to apply this one. This one I bought it in the summer after I got a tan. Look, I will try to show you. I don't know if it works. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. But let's see. I don't know if it will pick it up. It does have a slight sheen to it, like a slight color. Not my favorite one in all honesty, but the illuminating particles in it are so beautiful. Again, let me just, I don't know if you can see, hopefully you can, but it doesn't remain sticky. This is something that I love about it, because a lot of shimmering body lotions, they feel sticky to the touch, and especially if you wear them in high heat, believe me, like when it's like 35-40 degrees Celsius outside, you don't want to feel sticky, you know, you want to feel clean and dry. So yeah, this dries down. Now it's dried down completely, like if I touch it, it's not sticky to the touch, but it shines so beautiful, you guys. And I used to apply this one everywhere. Like I had a few weddings this summer, from top till bottom, you know, I applied it everywhere, and it just adds, I don't know, it adds this like polished, finished look, you know. I love it. So yeah, don't forget to incorporate something like this in your routine if you're going out. Yeah, I don't do this day to day, honestly, but when I'm going out and I'm feeling, let's just say, maybe a little bit extra or a little bit bougie, yeah, I love to apply this one as well. Now quickly, I want to recommend you 3 oils that will work, again, very well layered with lots of different fragrances, with Arabians Tonka included. Let me start with the first one that I have mentioned in a few other videos of mine. This is called Dhahab Moattar. This is by Ibn al-Jiburi, and I don't know if you can see, but I don't have a lot of it left. I love how this one smells like, you guys. If you love the DNA of Shaga food from Swiss Arabian, but imagine a more warm, praline, gourmand leaning version of Shagaf Oud without that slight woody facet in the background. I feel like it's almost like it's a bit more warm, ambery praline, and with the more pronounced praline accord. It's so beautiful. And with the rose, like I told you, it just smells like Shagaf Oud but slightly more gourmand leaning. I cannot tell you how many times I apply this one in my hair, on my clothes, layered with other fragrances. I even mixed it within other body lotions. And by the way, this is an amazing tip if you're into layering. If you have any oils that you love how they smell, like for instance, look, this is rose with praline and with a slight vanillic, ambery, woody like nuance, let's just say. Works amazing layer with anything vanillic. So I will just apply, let's just say, a little bit of body lotion in my palms. I will do like few, not drops, because I would pour a little bit of the oil into my palms. I would just like mix them and then apply them everywhere, on my arms, on my body, wherever I would feel like, and I will smell amazing. So yes, this is the first recommendation that I have. Ultra versatile, you guys. It works layered with Arabians Tonka, with Shaga food, of course. If you have performance issues with your current version of Shaga food, get this one, and they will layer amazing, and it will amplify the longevity. But now, let me highlight 2 oils. There's another one, but I don't feel like that one. From the quick sniff that I did, I don't feel like that one would layer with these 2, but you guys, there are some new oils on Dubai collection inspired by designer or niche fragrances, and oh my god, you guys, this is called Flavors. This is from Oud Arabi. You guys, this smells just like Kayali's Vanilla 28. Oh my god, when I have it here, it smells so good. It smells so freaking delicious. Like, even delicious is an understatement. And I feel like if you know Kayali Vanilla 28, I bought a discovery kit from Kayali a while ago, and I have tried their vanilla, and let me just tell you, since then it has macerated, it has gone like a deep brownish shade. It smells so strong, so beautiful, so alluring, and so like, oh, I love it, and I would like to have it in my collection in the future as well. But I have an oil that smells just like it. Now bear in mind, I didn't do like a comparison. I will do in the future. But if you are looking for an oil similar to the one from Kayali, look no further. Try this oil, it's very affordable. I will insert here the price. Again, if you're based in Europe, you can shop Dubai collection. They ship almost everywhere in Europe, and it just smells like this. And it smells amazing, 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 amazing. So yes, the other one that I wanted to highlight is a cherry one. I hope I'm not touching the mic when I'm moving my hair. I hope I'm not touching the mic. This one is called Fume Cherry, and this is inspired by cherry smoke. I feel like one of the latest releases a flanker to Lost Cherry, or not a flanker but still something cherry, made around cherry. There's one electric cherry and smoky cherry, I feel like, or smoked cherry or smoked cherries, I don't know exactly. They have oils inspirations for both, but I decided to get the one called Fume Cherry. This one, wow, let me just say, oh wow, it smells, wow. Where should I apply this one? Like a little bit here. This smells like bitter cherries with slight almondy facets, with something very deep and dark, almost tobacco-like, but without actually being tobacco. I don't know why, but I feel like it's a mix between, now as if at the first sniff, I feel like it's a mix between Invite Only Amber from Kayali and Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. Something like this at a first whiff, I feel like. But yeah, I will mention these ones in the future video. So without further ado, you guys, let's just start with the actual layering combos. So let's start with the first category, and I decided to start with the sweet fruity based fragrances, and I decided to include here a fragrance that once I layered it with Arabians Tonka, I couldn't go back. They smelled amazing together. I actually wear them together during the summer, during high heat, and they brought out what's best from each other, I feel like. This one is called Red Velvet from Maison Asrar. This is their inspiration of Burberry Her from Burberry. Let me just show you how much I have used of this fragrance. I've had it in my collection since what, like not even 6 months, I feel like, honestly. Has it been 6 months? I don't think it has been 6 months. So you can see I wore this fragrance like crazy, you guys, like crazy. I even have decants of this one in my purse. Smells amazing. So yeah, if you haven't tried Burberry Her, it's this very interesting, like sweet artificial strawberry with a slight oak mossy undertone. It's a very beautiful fragrance. But this one has added some like sweet citruses as well. Imagine those sweet citruses from Amber Oud Gold from Al Haramain with the Burberry Her DNA. This is how this one smells like. So because it has that oak mossy, Baccarat Rouge-like nuance, you know, I feel like now everything that's oak mossy-like is reminiscent to Baccarat Rouge. And I feel like, grant you, I get why, because the oak moss here is done in a very specific way, as the oak moss is done there, you know. But because this one has oak moss, this one has oak moss as well, but here the oak moss is wrapped in sugar. Layer these two together and you will smell divine. I'm telling you, I received amazing compliments when I was wearing these two fragrances together. And this is one of my favorite combos with Arabians Tonka. And this is a combo that actually you can wear it during summer, during spring, but even in cold weather like autumn. Now winter, perhaps in winter, I don't know if I would wear it because I would like to pull out my heavier spicy fragrances. But I have actually worn it like, let's just say like a few weeks ago when it was still autumn, like based on the weather, you know. Now where I live, it's winter. So yeah, beautiful fragrance, beautiful combo. Also you guys, by the way, if you have a Yara in your collection, layer Burberry Her or Red Velvet with Yara and with Arabians Tonka. You will smell like $1,000,000. You will smell so feminine, so sophisticated, but at the same time with a slight playful edge, but with something edgy as well, you know. It's a fragrance that embodies like this, I don't know, like fierce but feminine energy. To me, gorgeous combo. So this next layering suggestion, I have here 3 fragrances that to me all 3 are cousins, and no matter which one you have or which one you decide to purchase, I would highly encourage you to layer it with Arabians Tonka. I will start with the one that I layered it, I mean not really by mistake, but I will start with Mula from Byron. If you want to explore this brand, I would highly encourage you to buy their samples. They have gave my channel a discount code. Feel free to use it, feel free not to use it, guys. I don't want to push my discount codes on you. But if you want to explore this house, I would highly encourage you to at least get a sample of Mula and smell it for yourself. It's the definition of feminine, of flirtiness, of playfulness, and of naughtiness, all embodied in a fragrance, if you ask me. So yes, by mistake, I feel like I did few sprays of Mula like behind my ears, in my hair, I feel like. Then I did few sprays of Modjo, but I will touch more about Modjo in a second. And then, because it was cold and I was wearing a very long coat, I decided to do a few sprays of Arabians Tonka, 2 to be more specific, on the coat, one here, one here. it smelled, not only that I smelled amazing, you guys, but again, I received amazing compliments. I was going to my best friend, you've met her, to her place, and there she was with another friend of hers, and she kept complimenting my fragrance again and again and again. So these three together, definitely try them. Now, I don't feel like you need to be as like, I don't think you need to have all three. For instance, if you have Mula from Byron, layer it with Arabians Tonka. Or if you have Modjo from Dubai collection also. You know what, let me just quickly wipe the bottle a little bit because I feel like it has fingerprints everywhere. So if you have Modjo in your collection, by the way, let me show you how much I have used it. Love how it smells like. Love, adore how it smells like. It's a scent DNA that I feel so connected with. It's very similar to Mula. Watch this video for a comparison. It smells amazing, but I feel like this one is a tad fresher because of the pink pepper there, but not fresh like aquatic fresh. No, fresh is like almost like slightly more bright and airy, less dense in a sense, but it follows the exact same DNA as Mula. Amazing, amazing, amazing combo. Or if you have in your collection Zenobia by Tomavicci. Again, I feel like this is the big cousin to the other two fragrances. This smells like imagine like a freshly cut lemon dipped in sugar with a beautiful decadent like caramel vanillic like accord in the background. It smells so alluring, so delicious. So yeah, again, if you have this one, layer it with Arabians Tonka, or if you have any of the three fragrances. Basically, why I'm saying that all these are like cousins to one another is because to my nose, all three are made around a fruity accord, but like very like a delicious, playful fruity accord and a vanillic decadent caramel base. So yeah. So the last recommendation that I have in the fruity category is again more of a scent family, but I have this one in particular that I love. This is called Jasmine Wisp from Rasasi. This is their take on the Erba Pura Kirke DNA. You know, I don't want to spend too much time talking about this one because I feel like if you have watched my videos, you've heard me mention this fragrance quite a lot, honestly. Yeah, this is gorgeous, creamy, tropical, fruity facet, so it smells slightly playful, slightly fruity, slightly exotic, with a beautiful, like, decadent, ambery, vanillic base, so it's much denser, it's much fuller, it's much warmer. But again, I feel like if you have this one, layer it with Arabians Tonka. I layer them, like I've mentioned in the beginning, I apply them on different parts of my body. I don't apply them one on top of the other because I feel like Arabians Tonka can be quite an overpowering scent profile. So if you apply, let's just say, if you layer it with fragrances that are very different scent-wise to them, to Arabians Tonka, they can smell a little bit off when layered one on top of the other, but when you apply them on different parts of your body, they will smell amazing. So yeah, this is another one that I loved to wear during the warm weather, during the summer. Now, honestly, Jasmine Wisp, I don't really wear it during the cold season because it smells like tropical summer in a bottle, you know. But if you have Jasmine Wisp, Little Heart, what else? Anabid White from Lattafa. If you have Amber Oud Gold from Al Haramain. If you have, there's another one from Mansera. Oh, and by the way, if you have lots of fragrances from Montale and Mansera, try to layer them with this one because they work layered amazing. Because they have lots of similarities, like structure-wise, you know, and like scent-wise, but like subtle similarities, but those subtle similarities make them work so well layered with one another. But what other fragrances? Souvenir Desert Rose from Afnan, Jardin Exclusive, I think it's called, from Mansera. If you have any fragrances in this scent family, and if you live somewhere where it's hot and warm outside and you would like to wear those fragrances perhaps during the night, but again, you know that this scent family is pretty common nowadays, at least where I live, I smell it everywhere. Do one spray of Arabians Tonka, 1 or 2 sprays, not too much, but just like a little bit to give it that extra edgy something, you know, so it makes it stand out and it makes it smell, let's just say, a little bit more unique, you know, than if you were to wear these fragrances just on their own. So speaking of this scent family, I also want to highlight a highly scented body gel. A highly scented body gel, so I hope you get it, it's highly scented, a scented body gel from the house of Ahmed al Maghribi. This is in the scent, hold on, let me open it. Oh, this is in the scent Little Hearts. Again, Little Hearts is very similar to Kirke, to Erba Pura. Smells amazing. Again, to me, this is more summery. Look, I feel like I've mentioned everywhere, the consistency is not my favorite, but it's very silicone-y, so it spreads very far, so you only need the slightest bit, and the scent is so strong that, again, you don't need a lot. So you can apply this one, let's just say, after you do your shower routine, you know, like after you moisturize your body, you could apply this one, and then you could come up with Arabians Tonka as a topper and wear just these two together. I've done this. They smell amazing. In all honesty, this next category, I didn't know how to call it, so I just called it the Sweet Designer DNA, even though I don't have here just designer fragrances, but I have here fragrances that are basically sweet, designer-like, in the sense that they don't have anything Middle Eastern leaning or very challenging about them. So yeah, they are pretty sweet. They're your typical sexy, nighttime, night out type of fragrances. So this is how I called the category. And the first fragrance that I want to highlight again is, I have here Eternia Woman from Armaf, or if you have Poison Girl from Dior. If you have this, either one of, oh my god. So if you have either this one, either Poison Girl, and if you have Arabians Tonka in your collection, please layer them together. I feel like what Arabians Tonka, in all honesty, does to all these designer-like DNAs is, it almost like it elevates them, you know, it adds to them this edgy statement, alluring feel. So I feel like it makes them overall a bit more unique smelling. And again, you don't need a lot. For instance, in the layering combos with Mula, with Modjo, with Zenobia, I told you I did like 2 sprays, one on this part of the coat, one in the other part of the coat, and together in the air they all combined so beautiful, you guys. And again, when it comes to this kind of fragrances, I don't feel like you need to do lots of sprays of Arabian Tonka unless this is the DNA that you really want to shine. But if you just want to add a slight, like, let's just say like a naughty, alluring twist to your designer fragrances, then just do like 1 or 2 sprays, not on top of the other fragrances, and I'm telling you, you will smell amazing, honestly. So yes, this is the first one, Eternia Woman from Armaf. Beautiful fragrance. Now, in all honesty, I detect a slight sharpness that is a little bit bothering to my nose, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know if I will repurchase this one or if I will purchase Poison Girl instead when I finish this one, because I love the DNA. It's this very beautiful, like sweet, bitter citruses, not like your summer citruses, more like your wintry citruses, you know. It's almost like dried, sweet and slightly bitter citruses with vanilla, with almonds, with tonka bean. It smells beautiful, beautiful, and again, very feminine, very, very womanly, kind of playful in a sense. So yes, this one layered with Arabians Tonka, beautiful combo. And next one that I want to highlight is this one, Tresor La Nuit, you guys. Can you see how little I have left? This fragrance, again, I love this DNA. I freaking love this DNA. It's a DNA that I want to have in my collection forever. This is all about like tropical fruits with lots of dark facets. So you have here an incense accord, you have here caramel, like a thick, full caramel, vanilla, lots of patchouli. So it's a very complex and multifaceted fragrance. It is strong, it is a statement fragrance, but again, if you want to make it smell a bit more unique, 1 or 2 sprays of this one added at the end. Believe me, you don't need more. If you do too many sprays of this one with too many sprays of this one, it will clash, because both are very strong fragrances and both can be very overpowering fragrances on their own. So I feel like the key when layering 2 very heavy fragrances that have nothing in common, basically like note-wise they have nothing in common, is to do, let's just say, choose the one you want to be dominant, do more sprays of that one, and the one you want to be less dominant, do 1 or 2 sprays, you know, in this case Arabians Tonka. So yes, also you guys, to quickly highlight, if you have a Sacred Palace from Parfumane, beautiful fragrance. This to me, imagine like something from Tresor La Nuit mixed with something from Shagaf Oud with a slight lactonic undertone. Beautiful fragrance. So it has this creaminess all throughout it. I love how this one smells like, oh my god. But again, if you have Sacred Palace in your collection, layer it with Arabians Tonka. The sugariness here complements that like creamy lactonic facet very well here. So to continue with the designer-like fragrances, I have here a vanilla forward fragrance. Honestly, this would have been the category where I should have showed you the oil, but I couldn't just wait until I reached this part, because that oil from Dubai collection really, wow, smells so beautiful. Now I'm curious to see how it develops, how it performs, but first impressions, wow. But again, like I've mentioned in the beginning, when it comes to layering, you cannot go wrong with anything vanillic. So I have here Moattar Dhahab for women. Again, let me just show you how beautiful the fragrance is. It's, yeah, and scent-wise it's just as beautiful. I received amazing feedback from women who purchased Moattar Dhahab. Either this one, either the version for men, that even though it's marketed as men, to me it's unisex, if not even a little bit more feminine leaning. But I received amazing feedback from the women who purchased this fragrance. So if you are looking for something vanillic, try it. I'm sure you will not be disappointed. I love how this fragrance smells like, and I love, truth is, I love Junaid Perfumes as a brand, but even though I love them as a brand, I have my favorites from them that I resonate so much with, and this is one of them. And again, you cannot go wrong when you layer Arabians Tonka with something vanillic. Again, I would apply this one, let's just say, on my clothes, more like everywhere on my clothes, in my hair, and then in this case I would apply Arabians Tonka, let's just say one spray here behind my ear, one spray here, one spray on my chest, one spray here, perhaps one spray in the back of my hair, of my head. So that's that. No more than those number of sprays. But they smell so beautiful layered together. And again, you cannot go wrong. It's simple, but it's effective, and it gets the job done, and it smells amazing at the end of the day. So why not try it with something more simplistic like a vanilla forward fragrance? Of course, if you have Vanilla 28 from Kayali, try those two together, you guys. I have a sample of that one. The sugariness in Vanilla 28 from Kayali layers very well with the sugariness in Arabians Tonka. They smell amazing together. So yes, honestly, if you have that fragrance, layer it. Or if you want to purchase the inspiration oil from Dubai collection, layer it with this one. You will smell, yeah, I don't have enough words to tell you how good those two smell together. So yeah, honestly, but I feel like with all these combos, I feel like I sound like a broken record. You will smell amazing, you will smell amazing, you will smell amazing, but you will smell amazing, you know. Now, let me highlight another fragrance. Let me highlight this time one that I would personally, one combo that I would personally wear just in warm weather, and this is with Club de Nuit White Imperial from Armaf. This is their take on the DNA of Delina exclusive. So it's a beautiful, like, pink rose with a slight sweet and sour bergamot juice to my nose, with like a delicious vanilla mango ice cream that's melted, warm and very sweet. This is how this one smells like. And again, to me, if I were to layer these two together, I would layer them, hold on, spring or summer, nighttime. I feel like now, let's just say, this DNA in winter, it's a bit too cold. Let's just say I want something more spicy, I want something more warm. But even though I have worn it, but not, let's just say, when I was going out, you know, just like to run a quick errand or something like this. But to me, this layering combo, I would do it more in warm weather. That's when I feel like it would shine. Now, quickly, I want to highlight, if you have anything made around cherry in your collection, like Mandorle, Boozy Cherry, any Lost Cherry inspiration, Khaltat Night Moattar collection, if you have anything made around cherry or bitter cherry. Now I have that oil, Perfume cherry, that I cannot wait to layer with this one. This works amazing layered with anything cherry or cherry-based. Sorry. Again, just like with the vanilla ones, something that's a bit more simplistic, but it gets the job done, and you will end up smelling amazing. So yeah, if you have anything cherry, I didn't have like too many to include them in a different category, so I decided to include them in this category. So yes, anything spicy cherry, like Boozy Cherry, anything like this, layer them. And the last fragrance in this category is a beautiful statement fragrance of its own. But if you want to give it again an extra, something edgy, something a bit more unique, let's just say, then layer it with Arabians Tonka. And this fragrance is La Belle Parfum from Jean Paul. You guys. And this fragrance is called La Belle Parfum from Jean Paul Gaultier. If you have this one, or if you have the OG La Belle, which I'm planning to buy as well, layer them with Arabians Tonka, especially if you have the OG label. Now, if you have this one, you need to have a taste for very heavy and decadent and bold fragrances, because if you layer these two together, believe me, this is like a showstopper type of combo. Here is you have a caramelized pear with a beautiful, rich, ambery base and lots of vanilla. It smells, it's one of my favorite fragrances from the designer section. It smells very full-bodied, very robust, very sensual, very seductive type of fragrance, very sweet at the same time. And I feel like because of the added ambery facet of the scent here, especially in the opening, because as this one starts to develop, you will get more of the caramelized pear, so you'll get more of those like playful facets, not necessarily those bold nuances that you have in the opening. But why I say the OG is because the OG is slightly lighter in the sense that it's more sweet, and the base is not as heavy as it is in this one. But either this one, either the OG label, either an inspiration, anything in the label scent family, if you are going out and you want to smell amazing, do 1 or 2 sprays of Arabians Tonka. I said, this is one of my favorite combos with Arabians Tonka. For this next category, I decided to include 2 very different scent profiles into the same category because yeah, I just decided to do this. But basically the next category is with your sugary fragrances and with your coffee-based fragrances. But let me start with your sugary fragrances. Now, you remember how I said that Arabians Tonka already has this ultra pronounced sweet, decadent, sugary nuance, and I feel like the sugariness of this fragrance envelops all the other notes. Now, I know this has listed rose, for instance. I don't get any rose, if I'm being very honest. Now, it's not like I have searched for the rose, but to me the sugariness shines for sure. And of course it will layer amazing with other fragrances with a very pronounced sugary nuance to them. And the first one is again a combo that I would recommend you to do in warm weather, again spring, summer, nighttime type of occasions. And the first fragrance in this category is called Roses Vanille from Mancera. So if you have Roses Vanille, or if you have Intense Cafe, but I will mention Intense Cafe when I'm talking about the coffee fragrances. If you have Rose Vanille, if you have Dhahab, if you have Roses Gourmand from Zara, any fragrance inspired by Intense Cafe or Roses Vanille, let's just say, try to layer them. They smell amazing together. This is your sugary, ultra sugary pink rose with a hefty dose of musk, some vanilla and some powdery facets. Smells beautiful, very wearable, but very strong. This fragrance, people around you will definitely notice it on you. Amazing performance, amazing projection, amazing longevity, amazing sillage, amazing everything about this. Amazing scent, honestly, as well, even though this is still my favorite. But again, if you would like to take this DNA, let's just say you wear this one during the day and perhaps you would like to turn it from daytime to nighttime, do 1 or 2 or 3 sprays of this fragrance and you will smell amazing. Like, you will smell amazing. So yes, that was the first recommendation with sugar that I have for you. The next recommendation with sugar is a fragrance that I feel like men will enjoy as well. This is Amir Al Oud Intense Oud from Lattafa. And again, this fragrance, if you have both, please layer them. This is in the same scent DNA as By the Fireplace from Maison, but to me By the Fireplace doesn't smell exactly like this one. To me By the Fireplace smells like something from this one with something from Campfire from Paris Corner. Oh, and by the way, if you have Campfire from Paris Corner, layer it with Arabians Tonka. That one doesn't have, let's just say, the sugary feel per se, but it has something very gourmand, like a fume marshmallow type of effect. That would layer again amazing with Arabians Tonka. Now I feel like people will appreciate. People will in general appreciate this combo in cold weather, and I can see why. This on its own, it's a beautiful, strong, heavy fragrance with a very pronounced sugary accord. So again, if you have this fragrance, layer it with Arabians Tonka. And the last fragrance that I want to recommend with sugar, with a very pronounced sugary nuance, is the Eshkalshuk Gold from Lattafa Pride. You guys, this fragrance, this is all about sugar. Like, hold on, let me, oh, the cap, but it's okay. This fragrance smells like, I don't know, it's very interesting. This fragrance to me smells very creative. It smells like something like creamy, sweet, and slightly metallic. So the texture of the fragrance is very creamy and is very dense. The scent is slightly sweet and metallic and with a very pronounced sugary overload. This has such a pronounced and distinct distinctive sugary quality to it that it makes it smell delicious. Delicious with something very unique. I don't think this is for everyone. Some people get, oh, and with a suede accord in the background, but beautifully done. The suede accord here, it's not overpowering. Now keep in mind, some people, the scent that I perceive as like creamy, sugary and metallic, some people perceive it as rubbery. Personally, I don't get anything rubbery per se, or if anything, just like a slight whiff of it, but it's not the main accord that shines. What a powerhouse of a combo. If you have those two together, I'm telling you, everyone like in a 10-meter circle or something like this will be able to smell your fragrance. But go easy with the number of sprays, let's just say, especially if you're in closed spaces. If you want those two to smell like sophisticated and luxurious and elegant, go easy with the number of sprays, because both are such strong fragrances. So I almost forgot that I have another fragrance in the sugary category. I decided to just bring now for the video the travel spray that I have, but I already have a full bottle of the fragrance. This is Vanilla Real Sugared Patchouli 64. Oh, I have something in my eye, hold on. Like I said, this is a gorgeous sugary fragrance. This is all about patchouli with a balsamic undertone and with lots of gourmand facets that envelop all the other, let's just say, deeper, more challenging notes, or notes that could be considered more challenging. You have here a very pronounced brown sugary feel with something that smells like creme brulee, and with a very like vanilla pod type of vanilla that's very sweet, slightly balsamic, with a slight funky balsamic sweetness to it. It smells, yeah, again, it smells amazing. I don't have words to tell you how much I love this fragrance, you guys. Like, I feel like, again, I sound like a broken record because I say this in all the videos where I mention it, but it's a fragrance that if you haven't tried from Kayali, I would highly encourage you to try from Kayali. It's my favorite one from the brand, and again, like top 5 fragrances that I would immediately repurchase if anything were to happen to my collection, you know. So like I said, because you have the sugariness here and you have the sugariness in the other one, and here you have tonka bean, and here you have this really beautiful like creme brulee with a full-bodied vanilla pod type of smell. These two together, another one of my all-time favorite combos with Arabians Tonka. You cannot go wrong with something like this. I wear them. Now keep in mind, I applied them on different parts of my body. If I applied this one on my actual skin and hair and everything like this, then I apply this one on my coat or on my scarf, because usually in winters I like to wear like around me, you know, to like keep me warm, a very like heavy and thick scarf. Yeah, I apply fragrances on those scarves as well. So let's move on to the coffee-based fragrances. And the first one that I want to highlight, if you have Coffee Addict in your collection, you need to layer it with Arabians Tonka. You guys, it will just add this beautiful tiramisu, delicious, mouth-watering effect to Arabians Tonka. It smells amazing together. They smell amazing together. So this smells like rum with cocoa powder, with coffee, with caramel, slightly creamy, with a little bit of vanilla, but it legit smells like tiramisu. If you have ever eaten tiramisu, and if you have ever smelled it, you know how it smells like. This smells just like it, just like it. You even have that booziness from the rum. It's sweet, it's rich, it's sticky sweet almost, but it works so well. Such a beautiful take on coffee, and not just on coffee, on all these notes that I have mentioned. Definitely something to test if you haven't tested this one yet. But keep in mind, it smells very realistic. For some, perhaps it might be a bit too realistic. Personally, I love it. I love to layer this one with Vanilla Royale from Kayali. They just melt into one another. And I also love to wear this one layered with Arabians Tonka. Holy, holy, holy. They smell so good together. Oh my god. But again, I apply them on different parts of my body. Next fragrance made around coffee, of course, the OG Intense Cafe. If you have Intense Cafe in your collection, or if you have Ristretto Intense Cafe, I have a sample of it here. Or if you have, let's just say, Dhahab Safi, Mocha Wood, anything in that same scent family. So basically anything that's like a sweet rose with a creamy cafe latte type of vibe and with some sweetness in the background. Layer them with Arabians Tonka. And also, one piece of advice that I have for you, try to, if you have lots of fragrances from Asrar, from Montale, try to experiment layering them together, because I'm telling you, they work so well layered together. It feels like they almost melt into one another. It almost feels like they melt into one another. So yeah, that was the coffee highlight. Now let's move on to the sweet and spicy fragrance recommendations. But again, keep in mind, these are for people who prefer heavier fragrances. Now let me continue with another one of my all-time favorite combos with Arabians Tonka. I cannot get enough of this combo, honestly. And again, I feel like all my favorite fragrances, they just work so well layered with one another. This is Noir for Women from Tom Ford. If you have Noir for Women, or if you have Noir Extreme, or if you have Noir Extreme, if you have any of these fragrances, or if you have Trecento Noir from Paris Corner, or if you have the other inspiration from Just Jack, I think it's called, layer it with Arabians Tonka, you guys. Again, these combos, I've been doing them for at least a year. Like, since I got this fragrance I started to experiment with some layering combos together, and they just smell amazing. Like, there's just something. This one with Vanilla Royale from Kayali, with Sajaya Gold, with Coffee Addict, with, let me think what other combos, like, I spoke about some, with Red Velvet, with Mula, with Label, with everything. These are some of my all-time favorite combos. So yes, this, if you haven't smelled it yet, this smells like sweet, spicy citruses. And by spicy, imagine like some dried sweet citruses like orange, mandarin orange, but more of the peel, sprinkled with some powdered ginger on top, and with the smell of condensed milk, and with a slight powdery tinge, and with a slight balsamic facet in the background. But to me, this smells like it smells like a dessert, but Middle Eastern at the same time. It smells like Middle Eastern dessert or something like this, you know. It smells so beautiful on its own. But again, layered, it layers so well with so many fragrances. And I know this is not the topic for today's video, but if I'm still speaking about layerings, if you have Vanilla Royale, layer the two. If you have Sajaya Gold in your collection, oh my god, layer the two. These are some of my, no, look, I wanted to say secret, but not so secret, you know, because, yeah. But if you have those fragrances, layer them. They smell amazing together. So next fragrance that I would recommend you to layer with Arabians Tonka, if you have it in your collection, is Shagafut from Swiss Arabian. Now, I have the old version with the Arabic writing on the bottle. I'm not sure how the new version smells like yet, but this is a beautiful sweet red rose with a beautiful warm full sweet and very dense praline nuance in the background, a slight saffron tinge, and this like oud accord, but the oud accord here is not overpowering. And again, if you want to smell like $1,000,000, these two layer together, you guys, I feel like I sound like a broken record, you know, but this is the truth. These are some of my favorite layering combos. And when I told you that Arabians Tonka is ultra versatile and you just have to like try layering combos with it, again, try it with your favorite fragrances and you will be surprised. Those were the fragrances in the sweet and spicy. Oh no, I almost forgot one, but why didn't I bring it? Oh, I don't know why I didn't bring it. So yeah, luckily I have my notes, you guys, because there are so many fragrances that I couldn't just like memorize them by mind, you know. The one that I almost forgot to tell you is again another fragrance that I would encourage you to do this combo, spring, summer, daytime or nighttime, but usually more warm weather. And that one is with Ajwad from Lattafa. I'm sorry if you heard the tapping. That one is with Ajwad from Lattafa. Now, if you have that fragrance in your collection, to me that fragrance does have some similarities to Roses Vanille, to Intense Cafe from Mancera, but with a development of its own, let's say. I have a very old video where I review it, so feel free to watch it, or perhaps don't watch it because it's very old. But it's a beautiful fragrance. My problem with it is that it has this very pronounced, like cold mountain air breeze almost, like it's very chilly, very cold, very ozonic. And that's not really my vibe. So when I layer it with Arabians Tonka, to me it amplifies the almost sugary undertone that one has as well, but with some spices and with vanilla and with that like cold mountain air. Well, here it's sugary with oak moss, and again, those two together, you guys, they are a showstopper. They are a statement, and I definitely love the fact that when I layer it with Arabians Tonka, I do not get that much that accord that to my nose is a little bit bothering here and there, that like cold mountain air feel. So let's move on to the heavy woods. First one that I would recommend you to layer with Arabians Tonka, if you have it in your collection, is Kayet from Lattafa. This is a gorgeous, spicy, leathery, slightly incensey, slightly vanillic, fragrance. To me, it smells like a burning incense stick that's like cardamom vanilla scented, you know? It smells beautiful with a slight leathery nuance in the background. Now, I feel like sometimes the leather shines more, sometimes it doesn't shine as much, but the scent is strong. It's strong, it's opulent, it's bold, it's just like, look at like the presentation, you know, it smells very royal, like I feel like. So it smells so beautiful, so beautiful. And again, I feel like now I would recommend you to do this combo if you're a man, because as a woman, for me, I prefer to layer these fragrances with more feminine leaning fragrances, and I prefer to layer this fragrance with other more feminine leaning fragrances. But if you're a man and you have these two fragrances, perhaps you're going to a date night, or perhaps you're just going to, I don't know what type of special event where you want your fragrance to be a statement, let's just say. Try these two fragrances together. Next one that I quickly want to highlight is a fragrance that I have just a sample of it and that I am testing now in the cold weather, and this is called Precious Oud from Mancera. Now this is something else. This is one of the most like barnyard leaning ouds that I have tried from Mancera, but I have to say I'm not mad about it. It smells very beautiful with a very interesting, like almost like creamy gourmand like facet in the background, and with lots of oak moss. And again, creamy with oak moss and with oud like accord, sugar and oak moss. These two, they smell amazing. Now I would use this one as a base and this one as a topper. I would do a few sprays of this one and many sprays of this one, let's just say, because I would like to give this one lots of sweetness. I would like to amplify basically the sweetness in this fragrance, because this one on its own, it is a unisex fragrance for sure. Women could definitely pull it off, but I feel like for my taste, I want to amplify the sweetness in it. And when I try to layer it with Arabians Tonka, they smelled amazing. And as you can see, if you have anything with oak moss, with sweetness, try to layer them because they smell amazing. Now, the last fragrance in the oud department that I wanted to highlight for today's video is a fragrance called Ben Sheikh. Now, if you haven't watched this video over here, I go in depth about that fragrance. Please watch it because I will not describe that fragrance in depth here. But if you have Ben Sheikh in your collection and you wanted to layer it with something, Arabians Tonka is the fragrance to go, honestly. Like, they are a match made in heaven. They melt into one another, and overall I feel like Arabians Tonka makes Ben Sheikh a bit more feminine. It amplifies the sugariness that one already has, and let's just say it tones down a little bit of that pungent, sour, animalic facet of the oud. So those two fragrances, they smell amazing together. So if you have those two fragrances, you have to try to layer them together. So as you guys, those were the fragrances. I hope I haven't forgotten any. Hopefully. I was trying to be very organized, you know, with like my lists and everything, and I highlighted every category, so hopefully I didn't forget anything. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what are some of your favorite layering combos with Arabians Tonka. I would love to know. Share them in the comments so we can all smell good together. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram. Please like the video because a lot of work went into this video, honestly. So please like the video, leave me a comment. I don't know if you have any video requests, please put them down below. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I appreciate the community we have here so much. I love chatting with you. I love getting to know you, and I love the community we have here. So I appreciate you being here, and thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for supporting my work. Thank you for trusting my recommendations. It means the world to me, honestly. So yes, I will see you in my next video, but thank you so much for watching, and I want to wish you an amazing day wherever you are. Bye.